Might be there. Right, this is a poem called Snow Falls. She wakes to a morning with no reason for living, cries in the mirror to be forgiven, puts on her makeup, takes off her clothes, sits there and bleeds until she can't feel the blood in her veins runs cold. The cat cries to be fed, the batteries in her Walkman go dead, the Rachmaninoff stops. A letter she will never read drops on the welcome mat. Somewhere a mobile rings and stops. A member of a minor political party looking for her vote rings her doorbell twice, slips on the ice and ruins his coat. Curses. A man laughs at another man's joke. It's a big laugh, he's a big bloke. Laughter invades the square. There's a chill in the air. Her best friend calls for her to go on a blind date. She does not hear. Snow, snow, snow falls. Thank you. Same lady in happier times is called Preserve. Tongues stained with blackberries, we collect kisses, falling into ditches, being stung by nettles. Your dress snags on a briar and you cry out in mock horror. I cut my way through the tangle of thorns as if I were your prince. Charming me, you undo your buttons as you step out of your dress, as if you were stepping out of yourself. Your dress hangs like a chrysalis. You let down your golden hair and we make love then and there. A tractor and some cows go by. We laugh and try to hide. The sun beats down on my bum. We giggle and come, return to the big old dirty town and turn our blackberry picking days into luscious winter jam. Thank you. This is called Apple of My Eye. Although I loved you more and more, you were rotten to the core. I don't love you anymore. This is a delightful little ditty called Autopsy. You made the opening incision with almost clinical precision. Took the heart out, found it wanting. Took the top off the head, removed the mind. What exactly was it you expected to find? I looked at you with sad eyes that said it wouldn't have hurt half as much if you'd only waited till I was dead. This is called A Thin Slice of Ham in the Hand is Better Than a Fat Pig in a Dream. But you knew that, didn't you? Yes. She often says this. I had no idea what she was talking about. Something my Uncle Michael used to say. Never bolt the door with a boiled carrot. As Uncle Mikey would say with a wink, tongue in cheek. It didn't make any sense, as our door was always open. We never knew it, locked. And I liked my carrots raw and stolen, plucked from my father's little plot. He perplexed by his little human rabbits, his mud-caked boots standing amaze as we hid holding our breaths amongst the flowering cur's pinks. But poets and pigs are only appreciated after their death, as they say, whoever they are. But as I always say, don't be after breaking your shin on a stool that isn't there. Same Uncle Michael. He was a sort of the treasure trove of my childhood. He was the delightful man, and he used to throw the world up like a Paganini, and it would all come down in different ways, and it was just great to be a kid around Uncle Michael. The Song in the River is sort of like the second national anthem of Cork, and it means a lot to me in the poem. I got a chance to sing it badly, but that's what people do in pubs, they sing Irish songs badly, so I'll attempt that. This is called Singing the River. Walking with my uncle was never the ordinary process of perambulation. In order to get from point A to point Z, we would sing our way west into the field as if to tame it, soothe it with sound. And carried down, the heat was brown, we'd sing to it. The clouds are dark o'er Ardnally, the grass listening with its 1,000 ears. and the field would swoon and fall down to the river at its border, which, as it happened, was the real-life river of the song. The kiss is slumbering on away, as if he had sung it into existence, and we would roll ourselves down over and over until we arrived at its dizzy waters, dangling our toes in pure song. And now, with a quick uncle wink, let's walk home backwards. And backwards home we'd go just for the laugh of it. Yes, just the yes of it. Confusing cows and a few scattered clouds, trees and hedges tiptoeing away from us. The 5-bar gate with the sweetest, wildest strawberries at its feet, proclaiming, is it Magyar or what? And the next day off we'd go, walking, eyes closed, in a darkness of our own making, to sing its song to the river chuckling over stones to itself. And the next day would be backwards with eyes closed, led along by our own laughter and the odd mystified moo. Farewell, we tell the sleepy river, farewell, leaving it dreaming in the sunset. Shh, shushed her footsteps, or shushes walking backwards. When Donall swore, Ior, he'd part no more, a storm a cree. Shh. Thank you. You might have heard that we're 6 years together. We met at Stratford-upon-Avon, Shakey's birthplace, at a poetry thing. The organiser said that all the geezers who came along had to dress in kilts. I was the only geezer who turned up in a kilt. It was 90 degrees. I was roasting to death altogether. I said I'd never own a kilt again. But I did meet the lovely Janice. So this is called Invisible Blue Plaques. Summer or other lived and died here. Some other someone wrote their most famous work there. Every so often a blue plaque informs us as we journey through town, rain falling down, of blah blah, who blah and blad here. Or was blad there. Who cares? In my mind, I erect invisible blue plaques to commemorate us. Here we kissed, did we not? A mere minute ago. Here we turned and laughed on the corner of this everyday road. Here we laughed and hugged on a pedestrian crossing. Whistling at our ardour, a taxi honking at our armour. All over London our invisible blue plaques commemorate us, and that we once passed this way so deeply in love. Thank you. We're out in Putney Town now, and the menu said, come a Vienna, Vienna. And I said to Jan, what does that mean? And she said, what comes, comes. So I asked them, what is it? And she says, it's exactly what it says, whatever the chef throws at you. So I wrote a love poem to the area. It's called Come Vienna, Vienna. I actually wrote it in Italian, my first and only poem in Italian, and this is my English translation of my Italian. Never again. The sun is preaching her sermon to the town of Priano that clings to the cliffs in wonder. Here in her hand of light and water she tells the parables of pebbles. One wave waves to another as she walks upon the water. Bells undress time, disrober of our hours. Lemons grow big-bellied on branches, pregnant with yellow. The juice of the future praying in a church of trees. Here a congregation of butterflies and bees. Grapes dream of being turned into wine. Figs ripen with pleasure. The gods of pagan times survive disguised as statues. I only believing in the religion of a woman's laughter. And even now, as darkness grows upon the rose, it's as if the sunlight never leaves, only changes colour. And the sunlight darkens only to blossom into the next morning in love with time. Brilliant. Are we good for time?
Oh, yes.
Right. We just launched this in New Delhi, of all places. It's called The Smell of Purple, so I'll read the title poem. Smell of purple. She says she can smell yellow. She says she can smell blue, despite not being able to spell either colour. Yellow smells the same as blue, like a wet kitty drying by the fire. Red smells like mummy when she kisses. Her kisses smell different when she kisses you. Then she smells like flames with little orange tips. Purple is my favourite smell. It smells just like a magic spell. I kiss her goodnight like violet, only lighter, with little flecks of purple scattered here and there. And I'll finish with this one. As you might have gathered from my accent, I am Irish. And this poem will contain half Irish. I shall translate as I go along. My wife and I longed to have a baby, and although we had great fun practicing, no baby had as yet materialised. And we went for a test after the test, and we weren't getting pregnant. Finally, and the test just kept getting 6 months. Cancelled, another 6 months, cancelled. And then we fell miraculously pregnant, all by our little selves. I used to sleep down my wife's belly. She was Finnish, and I used to sing little snatches of Irish or little Irish phrases that I hardly knew, and I used to stitch them together in a patchwork quilt of love and sing them to her belly. And she would say, "I don't know what you're saying, but it's making me very sleepy," and keep singing. I have that effect on women. I put them to sleep. I nearly lost her there. You back? Cool. Right. So this is called Oscailga in Irish. Dún na Sula, close your eyes. Cuddle go lá ma grá sieve. Sleep until day, my gentle love. Cuddle go solve. Sleep peacefully, peacefully. I rode gan gialach sha, is rocky gan green sha fee. This moon will rise, this sun will set. Ara agus grá I goni. Love and care always. Gach iha is gach law is gach iha. Every night, every day, every night. Ma plúrin, ma stórin, ma múrin, my little flower, my little treasure, my little darling. Ach and nish, but now, cuddle go solve go sieve. Sleep peacefully, gently, go fáinne and lay, until the break of day, the misha or the tave, with me by your side. Losing our baby late into the night, holding this little thing that only attempted to be human. Unable to let go, I clasped the fetus tightly in my hand and buried it in the dawn of our local park under a recently planted red rose bush. In my grief, flower and baby became one, and night after night I climbed over high railings and even higher stars to talk to her in the dark in Irish, or sing my love was like a red, red rose, or cry. Almost got arrested one night by an Irish cop, drawn to the sound of Irish emerging from darkness. Guess he let me go because it wouldn't look good on a charge sheet. The defendant was talking and crying to a flower in Irish. Éist, éist, listen, listen. Dinna éigean ag cíne. Someone is crying in a darkasan, in his darkness. Fill, fill a runo, oh, fill a rumo, is na imi fillarum a kushla sto, oh. This chifik to unclo.